Hey guys, Ryno Bones here with
the wife.
And today we have something special. We kind of alluded to it. In fact, we just flat out said it at the end of the Hogwarts video, but we've got the Botanical Garden. It took a record amount of time, probably, what, 3 days work?
2 days.
2 days work? How many hours?
About 6 hours each day.
Yeah, definitely. And the outcome is actually pretty spectacular. I did not expect it to look this good or to be this detailed, but I guess when it's got almost 3,000 pieces and it's this small of a package, it's going to have a lot of detail.
A lot of detail.
So what I'm going to do here is we're going to talk about the build, and then we are going to show the building process. And at the end of the building process, I'm going to have some good close-up pictures of it, and we'll have some, like, going around type video. Sound good to you guys? Sounds good to us, right? So let's talk about the build. Was it easy?
For most parts. There are some very, very tiny pieces. I had to get out tweezers. I found out very quickly that if my hands were any larger, this would be impossible.
Yeah, I know that I would not have been able to do this, especially with all of the tiny little flowers and the trees with the flowers on them. Like, seriously, there is so much detail in this. It's amazing. I really wish that the actual botanical garden could be lifted off very easily so you could see all of the cool stuff inside. But even as it is, it looks pretty stinking cool.
The top does come off very easily, but it only leaves a little section that you can look through.
Yeah, so it is the piece here, and I'm going to lift it up. Don't want to break anything here.
This part right up here does come off, but again, that only leaves this much to look through, but you have windows.
Yeah, it does have windows all the way around. There's a little fountain here, there's an eating area in here, and a coffee machine. There is just so much neat detail. There's a huge tree in the middle of this build, and
like a cherry blossom tree. It's very cute.
And the thing about that is, when you're watching the build video, which we've already done, the tree doesn't look that amazing in the build video. But in person, with all the little bits added to it, this is spectacular.
Very colorful. All the tiny details. There's 2 little chandeliers at the top that I don't think you can see in the build video very well.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice those. They're up here in this part right here. There's 2 chandeliers. That looks really nice. The details on the outside windows here on the side are very ornate. They picked some really good Legos to put this thing together. Set it down gently. So what's something that you wish would be different?
The only part I really had trouble with was it came with these string of lights that you could connect to a battery pack, but the plug-ins of them were so tiny, I couldn't get them plugged in. Then one of them, I ended up stripping the wire because it bent, and another one, the plug-in just disintegrated. So I just threw it out. I didn't use the lighting at all on it.
Man, I would have loved to have worked on that. I've got a soldering iron and everything. That would have been neat.
Very, very tiny. Like, very tiny.
Well, in that case, we could have got MDJ 2K13 with his tiny little miniature hands to do that. What do you think?
Probably. I love the tiny details. There's a little, like, coffee machine in there next to a little seating area and a table. There's one area where you can tell it's supposed to be like cellophane wrap, like it's a flower shop. And there's little scissors next to the cellophane wrap. It's just so detailed. It's very cute.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm going to throw in some pictures of this, maybe in this part of the video, but definitely at the end of the video, because this thing really deserves some good photography. It looks awesome. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and cut to the build process, and I'll come back to you with some pictures and our final verdict in 3, 2, 1... All right, final verdict. What do you think? Get it or forget it?
Definitely get it. Definitely. So pretty, fun build, a lot of tiny pieces, kind of challenging. I loved every bit of it.
So would you recommend this for a kid?
It says ages 7 and up, and I honestly cannot see our 7-year-old being able to put this together.
Yeah, that would be a little bit much. There would be a lot of tears, I think.
Oh.
Maybe for a middle schooler, especially if they're really into this sort of thing. If they want to mentally adapt this to be into the Harry Potter world, which we kind of do, then I think a middle schooler and up, this would be a pretty cool project. A lot more time consuming for a kid than for an adult, because patience and everything, but I agree with you. I think this thing is amazing. I really like it, and I can't wait to put it up on our shelves.
I love it.
So guys, if you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, and all that jazz, and I will see you next time. Bye.